Hello, my name is John and I am a guitarist, teacher, and working musician. If you like what you see in this video, please subscribe for more videos about guitar and all things music. So today I want to talk about using Skype and other video chatting applications for teaching guitar lessons online. This is for students and teachers who may have never done this before, and hopefully to help them see that this can be equally as effective as in-person lessons if done well. So I've been teaching guitar for about 10 years and taking guitar lessons for about 14 years. And in that time, I have had and have taught a handful of Skype lessons. Everything that you do in a normal lesson can be done online if adapted correctly. For the students, this might mean using the record feature in Skype to rewatch parts of the lesson during the week. And for teachers, this might mean a little extra work by creating photos, documents, and recordings to send to the students before and after each lesson. There are a few difficulties, one of the big ones being playing together. This is because of the delay that's found in most video chatting programs. But a solution to this that I have found is having the student play along with me and I mute the student. That way the student can follow me and I'm not distracted by the delay. Of course, there are still parts that are easier in person, such as demonstrating new techniques and keeping younger students engaged during the lesson through games and activities. But depending on the ability and the level of the student, as well as the creativity of the teacher, all these things can be done online as well. The basic equipment that you will need will obviously be a laptop or desktop computer with a built-in microphone and webcam. The larger the screen, the better, and for this reason I would recommend to not use your cell phone, as oftentimes with the smaller screen it's hard to notice small details in each other's playing. The next thing I want to talk about is the lighting. Of course, you don't need to go out and buy any fancy lights. Most lights that you have at home should work fine. It's all about the type of bulb you have in the light, as well as the placement of them. You want to have the lights facing you and oftentimes behind the video camera that's filming you. This is how I look with the lights behind my computer facing me, and this is how I look with the lights behind me. The last thing is making sure that you have the correct space and are positioned correctly. As you see here, both my hands are clearly in the shot, and if I needed to, I could rotate to allow the viewer to see my hands at different angles. A bad position would look something like this, where both hands can't be seen clearly and there is little to no room to rotate if I need to get a different angle. When getting set up, I would recommend to get ready at least 5 minutes before the lesson is supposed to begin. This way you can check to make sure that your video and microphone are working correctly. For teachers, you want to have a clean and organized background. You don't want a bunch of personal items scattered around like this. For many of you, you might have to use your bedroom as your teaching studio, which is totally fine, but remember, it is a teaching studio and you have to make it look as professional as possible. For teachers, I would recommend to have an external microphone. Even one that connects via USB is going to be much better than what comes built in on a laptop or desktop computer. So this is how me and my guitar sound using the built-in microphone on my laptop. And this is how we sound when using an external microphone plugged into my audio interface. This is important so that your students can get the best sound possible of your playing. Oftentimes students don't always know what to listen for, and having a clear sound will make that much easier. Make sure that you have copies of all the books that your students use and are going to use. This way when they're playing you can follow along easily and assign assignments with much more confidence. Lastly, you're going to want to plan ahead. Even if you have years of teaching lessons in person, you're going to find that you need to rework and adapt many of the ways that you explain and demonstrate information when teaching it online. For students, like I said, I would highly recommend to use the record feature in Skype. This way you can rewatch parts of your lesson during the week and even ask your teacher specific questions if you get stuck at any point. Overall, if you have to do a Skype lesson due to weather or other travel-related restrictions, I would really recommend that you give it a try. For many teachers, teaching is their main and sometimes only source of income. And although the lessons can be made up at a later point, many times, depending on the teacher's schedule, this is not always practical. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe and like this video if you found it helpful. Also, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. See you soon.